Good evening. This is All India Radio. I am Nishit Kumar and with me is Renuka with the evening news. The headlines. Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh reaches Dubai en route to Egypt for a two-day official visit. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar to embark on a 11-day visit to the United States today to attend UNGA session and meetings of several other key groupings. President Draupadi Murmu offers tributes to Queen Elizabeth II at Westminster Abbey in London. State funeral to take place tomorrow. NIA conducts raids at multiple locations in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana in case linked to PFI. Gross direct tax collection registers growth of 30% in 2022-23 to 8.36 lakh crore rupees. Jammu and Kashmir Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha says multi-purpose cinema halls to be built in every district of the Union Territory. A three-day national conference of state tourism ministers begins at Dharamshala in Himachal Pradesh. Tsunami warnings issued after 6.8 magnitude earthquake hits Taiwan. Home Minister Amit Shah flags off cross-country race in Delhi to highlight sports talent of slum youth. In football, Bengaluru FC lifts the maiden Durand Cup by defeating Mumbai City FC 2-1. And in women's cricket, England set 228 runs target for India in the first ODI of the three-match series in Hove. And now the news in detail. Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh reached Dubai International Airport today en route to Egypt for a two-day official visit beginning tomorrow. Mr. Singh was received by the Indian ambassador to the UAE, Sanjay Sudhir, at the Dubai airport. During his visit to Egypt, Mr. Singh will hold bilateral talks with Minister of Defence and Defence Production, General Mohammad Zaki. The two ministers will review the bilateral defence ties, explore new initiatives to intensify military-to-military engagements and focus on deepening cooperation between the defence industries of the two countries. An MOU to provide further impetus to enhance defence cooperation between India and Egypt will also be signed. Mr. Singh will also call on the President of Egypt, Abdel Fattah al-Sisi. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar will be paying an 11-day visit to the United States beginning today to attend the UN General Assembly and participate in meetings of Quad, BRICS and several other key groupings. On the first leg of his tour in New York, he will lead the Indian delegation for the high-level week at the General Assembly. Dr. Jaishankar will address the high-level session of the UN General Assembly on the 24th of September. The theme of the 77th UNGA is a watershed moment, transformative solutions to interlocking challenges. In keeping with India's strong commitment to reform multilateralism, Dr. Jaishankar will host a ministerial meeting of the G4, that is India, Brazil, Japan and Germany, and also participate in the high-level meeting of the L69 group on reinvigorating multilateralism and achieving comprehensive reforms of the UN Security Council. Our correspondent has filed this report.
To commemorate and showcase Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, the External Affairs Minister will address a special event, India at 75, showcasing India-UN partnership in action on 24th September. The event will highlight India's development journey and its contributions to South-South cooperation. It is expected to be addressed by the President of the 77th United Nations General Assembly, along with foreign ministers of several member states and the United Nations Development Program Administrator. The minister would also be participating in plurilateral meetings of the Quad, IBSA, BRICS and other trilateral formats. These include India-France-Australia, India-France-UAE and India-Indonesia-Australia. He will also have bilateral meetings with foreign ministers of the G20 and UNSC member states. Suparna Saikya, AIR News, Delhi.
Dr. Jaishankar will visit Washington, D.C. from 25th to 28th of September for bilateral meetings with the U.S. interlocutors.
Union Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh will lead the joint Indian Ministerial Delegation of Power, New and Renewable Energy and Science and Technology to the United States to take part in Global Clean Energy Action Forum. Dr. Singh will leave for Washington tomorrow evening for the first leg of the American tour, and from there he will proceed to Pittsburgh and later to New York. The minister will be on a 5-day visit to participate in the joint convening of Clean Energy Ministerial CEM13 and Mission Innovation MI7 from 21st to 23rd of this month at Pittsburgh in Pennsylvania in the US. The event will bring together thousands of clean energy leaders from around the world, including CEOs, innovators, young professionals, civil society, and ministers from over 30 countries to accelerate clean energy innovation and deployment. Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal reached Saudi Arabia today on a 2-day visit. The minister held talks with Saudi Arabia's chairman of the Royal Commission for Jubail and Yanbu Khalid Al-Salim. In a tweet, Mr. Goyal said during the meeting they identified a range of mutually beneficial opportunities to further strengthen economic cooperation between the two countries. The Commerce and Industry Minister will co-chair the inaugural ministerial meeting of the Economic and Investments Committee with Saudi Arabia's Energy Minister Prince Abdul Aziz bin Salman. The two ministers are expected to discuss the progress made under various joint working groups of the Economic and Investment Committee. Both sides are also expected to formulate plan of action for further strengthening bilateral cooperation in priority areas and projects, including the West Coast Refinery Project and Trans-Ocean Grid connectivity. They will also draft plan of action over accelerate progress on the announcement made by Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman of investments worth $100 billion in India during his visit to the country in February 2019.
State funeral of Britain's longest-serving monarch, Queen Elizabeth II, will take place tomorrow at Westminster Abbey in London. The funeral ceremony will begin at 3:30 p.m. Indian time. Westminster Abbey is the 753-year-old church where royals have traditionally been married, mourned and buried. On Wednesday, the coffin was taken by horse-drawn gun carriage to the Houses of Parliament, where it's lay in state for 4 days. Prior to this, the coffin was at London's Buckingham Palace, where thousands of people were allowed to bid farewell to the United Kingdom's longest-serving monarch. The Queen's body was brought to London from Balmoral in Scotland, where she passed away on the 8th of this month at the age of 96. Following her death, processions and rituals were conducted in Balmoral before the body was brought to London. President Draupadi Murmu visited Westminster Hall today, where the body of Queen Elizabeth II is lying in state. Ms. Murmu offered tributes to the departed soul on her own behalf and on behalf of the people of India. She also signed the condolence book. President Draupadi Murmu reached London this morning to attend the state funeral of Her Majesty. In Jammu and Kashmir, the security forces today busted a terrorist hideout in a forest area in the Ramban district of the Jammu division, leading to the recovery of a cache of arms and ammunition. AIR Jammu correspondent reports that the hideout was unearthed during a joint operation by the police and army in the Tetharka forest area of Sangaldan in the Gul subdivision of Ramban district.
A Jharkhand Maoist leader carrying a reward of 15 lakh rupees on his head was apprehended by the Maharashtra Anti-Terrorism Squad, ATS, from Palghar district early this morning. According to an ATS official, his name was in the list of most wanted Naxals on Jharkhand's police website. The ATS official said that 45-year-old Yadav, a regional committee member of the banned CPI Maoist in Jharkhand, had come to Maharashtra for some medical treatment. Maharashtra ATS has informed the Jharkhand police about the operation. The National Investigation Agency, NIA, today carried out searches at 40 places in Telangana and Andhra Pradesh in connection with a case against the Popular Front of India, PFI, for allegedly running training camps to commit terror acts and promote enmity between groups on the basis of religion. A statement issued by the investigation agency said searches were carried out at 38 locations in Telangana and 2 in Andhra Pradesh, and incriminating materials including digital devices, documents, 2 daggers and over 8 lakh rupees were seized. It said 4 people have been detained for questioning. The case was initially registered on the 4th of July at the Nizamabad police station in Telangana, and during investigations by the state police, 4 accused, Abdul Qadir, Sheikh Sahadullah, Muhammad Imran and Muhammad Abdul Mobeen were arrested. Later, the case was re-registered by the NIA on the 26th of this last month to carry forward the probe.
Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar has said democracy is best nurtured when all constitutional institutions are wholesomely in sync and confined to the respective domains. Delivering the Justice J. S. Verma Memorial Lecture in Madhya Pradesh today, the Vice President said, adherence to constitutional prescriptions by all institutions is a non-compromising, ordaining, and inalienable facet of the doctrine of separation of powers. He said, any transgression, howsoever non-invasive, subtle, and well-meaning by one in the domain of the other, has the potential to upset the democratic governance.
You're listening to the evening news on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh reaches Dubai en route to Egypt for a 2-day official visit. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar to embark on 11-day visit to the United States today to attend the UNGA session and meetings of several other key groupings. President Draupadi Murmu offers tributes to Queen Elizabeth II at Westminster Abbey in London. State funeral to take place tomorrow. NIA conducts raids at multiple locations in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana in case linked to PFI. Gross direct tax collection registers growth of 30% in 2022-23 to 8.36 lakh crore rupees. Jammu and Kashmir Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha says multi-purpose cinema halls to be built in every district of Union Territory. A 3-day national conference of state tourism ministers begins at Dharamshala in Himachal Pradesh. Tsunami warnings issued after 6.8 magnitude earthquake hits Taiwan. Home Minister Amit Shah flags off cross-country race in Delhi to highlight sports talent of slum youth. In football, Bengaluru FC lifts maiden Durand Cup by defeating Mumbai City FC 2-1. And in women's cricket, England set 228-run target for India in first ODI of 3-match series in Hull. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle @AIR News Alerts.
अपने बिजनेस को बढ़ाने के लिए लीजिए आकाशवाणी का सहयोग और दीजिए उसे बुलंदियों के पंख।
आपका बिजनेस लोकल है या राष्ट्रीय, आकाशवाणी देती है उपभोक्ताओं तक पहुंचने का हर विकल्प।
और अब तो आप घर, दफ्तर या दुकान पर बैठे बैठे कर सकते हैं आकाशवाणी के किसी भी केंद्र के लिए विज्ञापनों की बुकिंग।
आकाशवाणी के विभिन्न चैनलों पर विज्ञापन देना सुलभ और सस्ता।
बुकिंग है तो संपर्क करें 8700014242 पर
8700014242।
मुट्ठी भर अंग्रेज और हमारे विशाल देश पर राज करने का स्वप्न देखते हैं, पर हम इनके स्वप्न को चकनाचूर कर देंगे।
निकल पड़े स्वाधीनता के पथ भाले, स्वतंत्रता संग्राम की सुनी अनसुनी कहानियों के साथ स्वराज हर रविवार रात 9 बजे डीडी नेशनल पर।
Welcome back. You are tuned to the evening news on All India Radio. The gross direct tax collections have registered a growth of 30% in the current financial year in comparison to 2021-22. Finance Minister said as on the 17th of this month, the gross collection of direct taxes in 2022-23 is at over 8,36,000 crore rupees compared to over 6,42,000 crore rupees in 2021-22. It said net direct tax collections have also grown at 23% for the current financial year. The minister said there has been a remarkable increase in the speed of processing of income tax returns filed during the current fiscal. Almost 93% of the duly verified ITRs have been processed till the 17th of this month. This has resulted in a faster issue of refunds with almost a 468% increase in the number of refunds issued in 2022-23. A Delhi court has sent Aam Aadmi Party MLA Amanatullah Khan to 4-day police custody in the Delhi Waqf Board corruption case. The anti-corruption branch of the Delhi police has arrested Khan for his involvement in the alleged irregularities including financial misappropriation at the Delhi Waqf Board. Okhla MLA Amanatullah Khan is the chairperson of the Waqf Board. Special Judge Vikas Dhal said Khan's bail application will be considered after the end of his 4-day custody of the ACB.
The BJP today said that AAP is resorting to the old drama it does before every state poll and accused Arvind Kejriwal of glorifying corruption. Hours after the Delhi Chief Minister claimed the ruling party in Gujarat is rattled, BJP spokesperson Sambit Patra termed Mr. Kejriwal a megalomaniac who always claims before a state poll that his party is winning and others are rattled.
2 राज्य में सरकार बनने के बाद अरविंद केजरीवाल जी अब भगवान बन गए। मानव इतिहास में इंसान से भगवान बनने का ये जो सफर है, इतने कम समय के अंदर पूरा करने वाला वो पहले व्यक्ति है। एक्साइज चोरी करने वाला, शराब में से कट खाने वाला अपने आप को माखन चोर से कंपेयर कर रहा है। इस लेवल का मेगालोमैनिक एटीट्यूड हमने किसी भी नेता, अरे महात्मा गांधी जिन्होंने हिंदुस्तान को आजाद कराया, उन्होंने कहा मैं हिंदुस्तान का सेवक हूं, वो साधारण व्यक्ति बने रहे। 18 राज्यों में हमारी सरकार, हम कहते हैं कि हम लोग सेवक हैं, जनता जनार्दन है, भगवान कोई है तो वो जनता है।
Hitting back at Mr. Kejriwal for claiming that his party is hardcore honest, Mr. Patra said it is in fact hardcore corrupt. He said no government has seen so many of its ministers resigning due to various charges in such a short period as has the AAP dispensation. A 3-day national conference of state tourism ministers began at Dharamshala in Himachal Pradesh today. Speaking on the occasion, Union Culture and Tourism Minister G. Kishan Reddy said various issues related to the tourism sector, including the promotion of tourism in the country, will be discussed at the conference. The Union Minister said the government is trying to bring a comprehensive national tourism policy for which the suggestions of state tourism ministers are being taken. The policy will be brought before the budget session.
एक कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव नेशनल टूरिज्म पॉलिसी भारत में लाने का प्रयास कर रहे, अलग अलग स्टेक होल्डर के साथ मीटिंग कर रहे, भारत के सभी स्टेट गवर्नमेंट्स के इनपुट्स लिए गया, टूर एंड ट्रैवल ऑपरेटर्स हो, होटल मैनेजमेंट हो, टूरिस्ट गाइड्स हो, टूरिज्म इंस्टीट्यूशंस हो, कुछ बुद्धिजीवी हो, वैसे लोगों का इनपुट्स लिए गए, उसका ड्राफ्ट भी बनाया। गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया का टूरिज्म का वेबसाइट में भी इस नेशनल टूरिज्म का ड्राफ्ट लगाया। गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया का मिनिस्ट्रीज का इनपुट्स भी लिया गया। आज इस नेशनल टूरिज्म के विषय पर भी सभी स्टेट्स के मिनिस्ट्रीज, सभी स्टेट गवर्नमेंट्स के टूरिज्म सेक्रेटरीज, उनके साथ भी थोड़ा चर्चा होगा। बजट सेशन से पहले ही नेशनल टूरिज्म पॉलिसी देश के सामने हम लाने वाले हैं।
Mr. Reddy said the government has set a target of building 220 airports by 2025.
We are spending 62,000 crores on rail connectivity. We are spending 80,000 crores on road connectivity. Heliports हो, airports हो, उसका भी काम चल रहा है। और उसके साथ साथ मैं आपको बताना चाहता हूँ, देश में नरेंद्र मोदी जी का सरकार आने से पहले 74 एयरपोर्ट्स था, अभी 140 एयरपोर्ट्स हुआ। 2025 तक हमारा टारगेट है 220 एयरपोर्ट्स का।
Jammu and Kashmir Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha today inaugurated multi-purpose cinema hall, each in the twin districts of Shopian and Pulwama. He dedicated this to the people, especially the younger generation of Kashmir, who has waited for a long time for this moment. Addressing the gathering, the Lieutenant Governor said it is the government's vision to establish similar multi-purpose cinema halls in every district of the Union Territory under Mission Youth. He said the multi-purpose cinema halls unveiled at Pulwama and Shopian today will go a long way in offering facilities ranging from movie screening, infotainment and skilling of youth. Reiterating the government's commitment to making the youth empowered, Mr. Sinha said the government is assuring that talented youth of Jammu and Kashmir get the right platform and modern facilities for education and skill development. He said the new cinema halls in Kashmir Valley will generate employment for locals and also provide a vibrant space for the training of youth and seminars. Notably, students, youth and people from all walks of life gathered at the new multipurpose cinema halls at Pulwama and Shopian to witness the event. Over the past 75 years since independence, India's largest public service broadcaster, All India Radio, has been the proverbial storyteller for the crores of people across the country. All India Radio is celebrating 75 years of freedom with a series, Azad Bharat Ki Baat, Akashwani ke Saath. It showcases the journey of India since independence in various walks of life through storytelling of All India Radio. In today's episode, we'll bring you the story of reorganization of the Northeast Frontier Agency and the Seven Sisters.
After independence, Northeastern Frontier Tract, NEFT, was brought under the 6th Schedule of Indian Constitution It was renamed as Northeast Frontier Agency, NEFA, in 1954. NEFA was renamed as Arunachal Pradesh on the 20th January 1972 and became a union territory with a legislature. Arunachal Pradesh became a state on the 20th February 1987. Prime Minister Narendra Modi asserted that the centre is bent upon making Arunachal Pradesh a major gateway to Southeast Asia. Since 2014, under PM Modi's leadership, unprecedented work has been done to speed up Arunachal's development.
50 वर्ष पूर्व नेफा को अरुणाचल प्रदेश के रूप में नया नाम, नई पहचान मिली थी। उगते सूरज की इस पहचान को, इस नई ऊर्जा को इन 50 वर्षों में आप सभी परिश्रमी राष्ट्रभक्त बहनों भाइयों ने निरंतर सशक्त किया। अरुणाचल की इसी भव्यता को देखते हुए 5 दशक पहले भारत रत्न डॉक्टर भूपेन हजारिका जी ने अरुणाचल हमारा नाम से गीत लिखा था।
अरुण किरण शीश भूषण कंठ की धारा, अरुण किरण शीश भूषण कंठ की धारा, प्रभात सूरज चुंबी प्रदेश अरुणाचल हमारा, अरुणाचल।
राष्ट्रभक्ति और सामाजिक सद्भाव की जिस भावना को अरुणाचल प्रदेश ने नई ऊंचाई दी है, अपनी सांस्कृतिक विरासत को जिस प्रकार आपने संजोया, संवारा है, परंपरा और प्रगति को जिस प्रकार आप साथ साथ लेकर चल रहे हैं, वो पूरे देश के लिए प्रेरणा है। एंग्लो आबो युद्ध हो या फिर आजादी के बाद सीमा की सुरक्षा, अरुणाचल वासियों की वीरता की गाथाएं प्रत्येक भारतवासी के लिए अनमोल विरासत है।
Northeastern region consists of 7 sisters and Sikkim. The 7 sisters are Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Meghalaya, Manipur, Mizoram, Nagaland and Tripura. Sikkim was integrated as the 8th Northeastern Council state in 2002. From having the cleanest village in Asia to India's oldest oil refinery and India's largest monastery, Northeast has everything. Under the present government, 360-degree rapid development is being witnessed in all spheres of life in the Northeast.
आजाद भारत की बात आकाशवाणी के साथ can be accessed on AIR News Alerts on Twitter, News on AIR official YouTube channel, News on AIR app, Facebook and Instagram handles. So tune into All India Radio News for Azad Bharat Ki Baat, Akashwani ke saath.
The U.S. Tsunami Warning Center today issued a tsunami alert in Taiwan. It said hazardous tsunami waves were possible within 300 kilometers of the epicenter along the coast of Taiwan. The alert was issued after the southeastern part of the island nation was hit by an earthquake of 6.8 magnitude. The U.S. Geological Survey measured the earthquake at a depth of 10 kilometers. Taiwan's Weather Bureau said the epicenter of the earthquake was in Taitung County, which had seen a 6.4 magnitude quake yesterday and numerous aftershocks since then. Local media has reported that several buildings collapsed and trains derailed in Hualien County. Taiwan's fire department said all 4 people were rescued from a building housing a convenience store that collapsed in Yuli, while 3 people whose vehicle fell off a damaged bridge were rescued and taken to hospital. The Taiwan Railway Administration informed that about 20 passengers were evacuated after a train derailed in the area. No casualties have been reported so far. In Afghanistan, on the first anniversary of the exclusion of girls from schools, the United Nations renewed its call that the Taliban immediately reopen high schools for everyone. Last year on the same day, high schools reopened for boys, while the Taliban ordered girls to stay at home. The Islamic Emirate had said earlier that they were working on a mechanism to pave the way for the reopening of girls' schools. However, the final decision has yet to be announced. The closure of schools for female students in grades 7th to 12th by the Islamic Emirate has faced criticisms at national and international levels.
Over 107,000 people voluntarily donated blood under Raktdan Amrit Mahotsav. The 15-day long countrywide mega voluntary blood donation drive was kick-started by Union Health Minister Dr. Mansukh Mandavia yesterday on the occasion of 72nd birthday of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. More than 6,000 camps have been registered for this mega drive, along with more than 214,000 blood donors registered so far on the e-Rakt Kosh portal. Mr. Mandavia said a new world record was created on the very first day, with 87,137 people voluntarily donating in a single day. The campaign is aimed at increasing awareness regarding regular, non-remunerated voluntary blood donations and ensure that blood or its components are available, accessible, affordable and safe. As per 2021 statistics, India's annual requirement is around 1.5 crore units. Home Minister Amit Shah has said that the vision of Narendra Modi government is to connect every section of the society with the mainstream. Mr. Shah today flagged off Prime Minister Narendra Modi's cross-country slum race at Major Dhyan Chand Stadium in New Delhi this morning. Around 10,000 children and youth from slums participated in the race. Mr. Shah said party is celebrating the birthday of Prime Minister Modi as Seva Pakhwada. The objective of this run is to highlight the sports talent of the youth of the slums of Delhi.
Minister for Youth Affairs and Sports Anurag Thakur said that sports can help people overcome addictions. He was interacting with voters, social activists, office bearers of cooperatives and trade associations in Mumbai today. Mr. Thakur said that the central government can provide good facilities for sports and sportspersons, but it is in the hands of the sports associations and federations of the state to ensure that they reach the right players and make proper use of them. He appealed to them to realize their responsibility and work accordingly. He also urged that technology should be used for sports-related planning. He said that 1,000 Khelo India sports centres will be set up in the country and 590 sports centres have been approved. By 2023, 1,000 sports centres will be ready. In football, Bengaluru FC have lifted its maiden Durand Cup by defeating Mumbai City FC 2-1. Both the teams were at 1 each at the end of first half. But the goal by Alan Costa in 61st minute gave Bengaluru FC the winning lead against Mumbai.
In women's cricket, the first one-day international of the three-match series between India and England is underway at the county ground at Hove. Chasing a target of 228 runs set by England, India were 112 for 2 in 21.2 overs when reports last came in. Put into bat, the host posted 227 runs with a loss of 7 wickets in the stipulated 50 overs. Earlier, India won the toss and elected to bowl first. Before the series, England women sealed a three-match T20 international series against India women by 2-1. And now, let us have a look at the weather forecast for tomorrow. The national capital Delhi will have partly cloudy sky. The minimum temperature will be 24 degrees, while the maximum will be around 34 degrees. Mumbai will have generally cloudy sky with light rain. Kolkata will have generally cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. Srinagar, Jammu, Muzaffarabad, Leh and Gilgit will have mainly clear sky. Temperature in Jammu will hover between 23 and 35 degrees Celsius, while in Muzaffarabad it will vary between 21 and 36 degrees. The minimum temperature in Leh will be 4 degrees and the maximum around 25 degrees. In the south, Hyderabad will have partly cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers, while Bengaluru will have generally cloudy sky with light rain. In the northeast, Guwahati, Shillong, Gangtok, Agartala, Itanagar, Imphal, Aizawl and Kohima will have partly cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh reaches Dubai en route to Egypt for a 2-day official visit. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar to embark on 11-day visit to the United States today to attend UNGA session and meetings of several other key groupings. President Draupadi Murmu offers tributes to Queen Elizabeth II at Westminster Abbey in London. State funeral to take place tomorrow. NIA conducts raids at multiple locations in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana in case linked to PFI. Gross direct tax collections registers growth of 30% in 2022-23 to 8.36 lakh crore rupees. Jammu and Kashmir Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha says multi-purpose cinema halls to be built in every district of the Union Territory. A 3-day national conference of state tourism ministers begins at Dharamshala in Himachal Pradesh. Tsunami warnings issued after 6.8 magnitude earthquake hits Taiwan. Home Minister Amit Shah flags off cross-country race in Delhi to highlight sports talent of slum youth. In football, Bengaluru FC lifts maiden Durand Cup by defeating Mumbai City FC 2-1. And in women's cricket, England set 228 runs target for India in the first ODI of the 3-match series in Hove. And with that, we end the evening news. Good night.